Cool. Uh, Hello world. I'm Zachary. This is Ryan.
Hello, everyone.
There we go. I'm in the shot. We're gonna play some poker. Let's get started. So, I guess, what would you say your favorite game mode is?
I have a personal preference for the sit and goes. And when I have the time, that's the one I tend to go for.
Yeah, let's try sit and go then.
We
To
should
my
probably.
count.
People are probably expecting Will here for the tips and tricks. We should probably go and talk about that.
Yeah.
He's Will's not available right now. We got some things we have him working on. He wasn't able to step away, so here we are. We're gonna go ahead and jump in on this ourselves. So, Zach, how long have you been playing poker?
I started playing probably 10 years ago. I'm from Vegas. I'm gonna call here real quick. I'm from Vegas actually. So part of my schooling, part of my education was actually learning poker. It's kind of funny. We talked a lot about it in our math classes. Ooh, what do we do here?
Well, let's see. We got two pair up on the flops here. We just have to watch what the other players are doing for whether or not they are clearly telegraphing that they have an ace. As of right now, they're going to be trying to pull people in order to be able to get to maximize their bets. So us pushing here a little bit leaves us open to them re-raising, which is basically what happens here. So the question is, do we think they have the ace? Are we willing to pay 60 in order to see it? The
I'd
pot
pay that.
odds are a little bit in our favor to do so at this time. So I think you did that right. We also now have a flush draw open, so we have a large number of them of available outs. So it's worthwhile for us to go ahead and push in, go ahead and call it at this
Oh
early
no,
stage.
I bet he has the
We
ace.
whiffed, but yeah, we have to be careful at this point. He's limping in though, which is interesting. I wonder why it was he chose to do that instead.
Let's see. Yeah, he had the
Yeah,
ace.
he had the ace.
That's fine.
So we are down a little bit now in the position in our tournament. We have to play relatively cautiously.
It's not a good hand.
Should be careful about about how we approach our opponents at this point. So we're at almost at half our chip stack. So at this point, we're probably going to be needing to find the right time to be able to push a lot harder to be able to increase our table presence. So this is one of those states I'm guessing players have an issue about with when they get behind. They're not really sure what to be able to do and when's the right time to be able to go in on these types of things. So we should watch for a good opportunity.
Yeah.
Let's not go all in on a 2-6 offsuit.
I'm pretty sure 2-6 offsuit is the second best hand in the game.
Of course.
So I think we should push on that. Yeah, whenever I'm short stack, I'm incredibly tight. I don't play hands like 6-7 suited, for example.
Gotta love the whiff that we just had there on that straight too. I guess that 5-6 was top hand. Well, not top hand, but now that the 6 has shown up.
You know what? You can't be results oriented in poker. I think folding was the absolute correct play, and even though we would have won, you can't decide after the fact whether or not you made the right play. Now we're blinded in with the exact same hand. I think different suits, but hopefully, yeah.
We have the power of position to decide whether or not we want to go in for the remaining 20 or whatever it is that we end up with when it goes back around. So we have the position, but not the cards.
Yeah. Would you go in?
Basically looking at the pot odds, it is worthwhile for us to go ahead and touch here because the amount of money that's currently in the pot is 220. So even if we have a relatively weak hand, it may be worthwhile for us to touch here and see what the flop gives us.
Absolutely. Now we have low pair here. We have a hand, not a good hand.
Not with the ace king on the board.
No.
Even though the pot, I think we should probably call here because the pot odds are still somewhat in our favor. It's worthwhile to be able to push some chips here. But if anything is bet higher than this, we should step out very quickly.
Yeah.
Right now we have two pair with kings leading, so someone with aces beats us.
Or just a king. Yeah, I'm out of this. There's no way.
Yeah, 60 is too much. Even if our overall pot's going to be 510, we have one of our only outs is if a 6 shows up. So we have 3 potential outs against those pot odds,
Yeah.
which is
Not worth it.
Not worth it. It's about 6% chance.
He's got the king.
And they have the king, so we needed the 6 to beat them. So we got out. We lost a bit more money than we needed to. So we may not be able to go in even on those reasonable pot odd hands from now on. Let's take a look at what the other players have come up with so far. Have you, any notes in particular about our little fun Alf guy over there?
Yeah, so it seems like So far, every hand we've seen, somebody's had something, so there's not a whole lot of bluffing at this table from what I can tell.
Not yet.
Not yet. The elf guy had trips, I believe, and then our Joker friend over here, Raymond, he had the ace when we were kind of hoping he didn't. So this table seems fairly tight, and I assume what's this? These guys probably have. Oh no, it is a straight. Yeah. So once again, they're only really going in when they actually have something.
And the funny thing about it is that we didn't have that all-in bingo at the beginning of play here.
Speaking of bingo, I don't think King Deuce is worth it. Let's see, Sylvia. What does Sylvia have? Probably pocket something or ace king.
Good enough either way. It scared everyone off, so she ended up just collecting the table chips. So that was a little bit of an amateur play, I think, at the beginning there. Largely because it pushes people out and makes it so that your reasonable hand is not going to net you very strong winnings. You want to get down to about one person if you actually have a strong hand. That all-in basically telegraphs either a bluff or someone who just doesn't know how to be able to pot size properly.
Sure.
So a question there will be whether or not we have, how do you do appropriate pot sizing? I think we talked about this in a previous tips and tricks episode.
So talk about pot sizing. Omar over here is betting what is that, a third of the pot?
It's about a third, yeah.
So what do you think he has? Maybe straight potential or?
I think that he possibly had. I think he's paired up and he was trying to push people away from hitting that potential straight. Now, this is interesting. We have We have a caller on the 600. So I wonder what the Joker guy has, because he may have hit the. Oh, he ended up with a straight himself. So he wasn't trying to push people away. He was just trying to maximize his pot.
Well played, Omar. Okay, we have a good hand now.
All right.
This is exciting. So let's see what calls around. Do you think we raise here, or do you think we limp in?
I think that we're going to that hand's a reasonably strong hand, but not the strongest. So I think we limp in to start with. When we'll have to make a judgment call based on the size of the flop. What ends up showing up there.
Okay, we've got top pair, which is good.
Top pair is pretty reasonable. We should push in a bet here.
Half pot?
Let's go with half pot.
Yeah. Cool. So we're trying to get people to fold out of this hand. We may have the strongest hand here, but somebody could have a flush potential and or straight potential. So we want people folding out here. Okay, heads up.
There's now a straight potential on the board, much higher than before.
Okay. Do you think we try to push her out?
I think we try to. I think we push her out. We go as high as we can.
Yeah. Half pot.
Half pot, I think, is a little bit low for what we're trying to do because she'll call that more likely. Well, that doesn't change the. Well, it makes it so the 5 now hits too. She's checking on us, so I think that she's probably trying to convince us to go all in without making the call. So this way, we still have some way to be able to push in here. Ooh. And nope, she has pair. She has pair. So
she was looking for the flush potential, paired up, and as a result, she thought she had a hand.
I think it was worth not taking the risk there. At that point, either way, at 160 chips remaining, we're pretty much dead on the board, but at least gives us an out as opposed to having absolutely no shot and having lost the tournament. We are now above our benchmark starting chips as well, so we can actually play at the table a little bit.
Yeah, we've got a few people shorter stacked than us, so maybe if we get a good hand, we can bully some people out.
It depends on. We'll see how that goes when the next couple of hands play out. Omar's in a pretty dominant position, and we have to be a little bit careful about how he plays out. But he's been playing very tight so far. He hasn't really indicated at all that he's bluffing in any way, shape, or form. So that's a good thing to take a note of.
I think the only hand he's won has been that straight hand, right? Maybe one other.
I think he's won another. He's won. This is his third hand that he's won, and they're relatively large hands too. There was he ended up getting the straight a little bit earlier, as well as I think he got his trips a little bit earlier as well, and then he won that hand.
So we've gotten Queen Deuce twice in a row now. Uh, should I be folding this hand? That's what I've been doing. There are so many people playing it.
I absolutely think that it's correct to fold that hand. The queen's not strong enough to give us any potential lead-in. We haven't even suited those up, so we don't really have a potential of a flush draw coming in there either.
Okay, let's see. So no one's betting. It seems like just no one has a hand right now. Maybe someone got their six.
No, most likely not. The 370 is just taking a little bit of time, but yeah, Omar may try to push people out here because everyone's not very confident in their hand, and the table presence that we've each had is that this is a fairly straight-based table, so he ends up getting chips for that.
Okay, ace deuce suited. I'm gonna call. I don't think we're the best hand at the table, but I think we could be eventually.
It at least has a straight draw and it's suited.
Yep, straight draw, flush draw. We have an ace.
Yep. Those are all things that make it so that it's an okay hand, but not worth trying to bet further into it. Like basically going and raising the table and pushing people away is not worthwhile yet.
Okay, we got basically nothing.
Yeah.
We still have an ace. We still have a potential flush.
So it's 360 with about 10 odds out, so about 20% chance. I think that's exactly equal.
Yeah.
So it's worthwhile for us to call here.
Okay.
We still have about 9 outs at this point, or I think 10 outs. So again, worthwhile to do the 60.
Yep.
It may have actually been interesting tactic there to go and push a little bit, but this guy ended up doing it as well, so it called us out on it. We don't have anything here. It's not worth the 120 additional investment. We're just going to die.
Let's see what they have. I'm curious.
Well, it's great. We didn't even have to buy it.
Jack paired and full house. Yeah, I'm very glad we folded there.
Let's see. One person saying that they can't hear us. Can you guys hear us overall on the stream?
Can you hear us?
Yeah, it'll be a couple minutes before we know. Yeah, we fold that.
Sylvia's going. This is third time she's gone all in. Second time.
She's probably identifying that she's relatively short stacked here, so she's pushing with a relatively weak hand, and she got lucky in order enough to hit the ace on the turn.
Yeah, that's pretty good. She pushed two people out, so well played, Sylvia.
Well, it turns out that yeah, she managed to get the shootout on those guys. Yeah.
Okay. We're small blinded in. I think an additional 40 is okay to see some more cards. Hoping for that straight draw. Paired up or 6. Let's see. Ooh. I don't think our hand is that good.
No, we fold here. Pot odds are not good. That's 6-10, and we have we basically think that we're gonna need an out, which means that we need to hit a 6. There's 3 potentials for that.
Yep.
And that means out of your we have around a 6% chance going into 2 cards. Not gonna happen. No. Not worthwhile for us to go in.
Let's see. You get some hands at this table where they're very aggressive. But then some where it just checks around and you see a high card like that. We actually would have won that if we called, but I don't think calling was the correct play once again.
Yeah.
Again, Queen 7, it's okay hand, but we're not the best hand we're nowhere near the best hand at the table, I don't think.
We're also beneath our 1,000 starting bet here, and we're low stack at the table. Like we're almost the lowest position. Now's not the time to play the 7 queen.
It's the third time we've gotten Queen Deuce off.
Well, there are times where we're at weak position anyway, so weak hand plus weak position equals don't play.
Yep. Man, would we have gotten the straight?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
No. It's been a whiff. Oh, here we go.
I'm going to raise it a little bit.
Try to get people into the hand, yes. Pull people in, try to maximize our winnings.
Yeah. So this is actually the third best hand in poker pre-flop, and it's behind pocket aces and 6-2 off.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, also Yeah, that does make sense. Yes. So this even worked out even better for us.
So I'm
half
going
pot, I think.
So do you think we check around or half pot?
I think we half pot.
Or min
well,
bet.
You hit the bet button. Didn't quite get there in time.
Okay. Now we half pot.
Yeah, now we half pot.
Jeez, that almost pushes us all in.
Now that I think about it, it probably would have been better for us to have gone all in. It has the same impact.
Same impact. We're blinded in with three deuce off. That's a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah, great position, not a lot of power.
No. People are calling around. I have to check.
Well, that's fortunate. We need a 5, so we just check here. Yeah. It's not in our favor to bet. What do we got going on here?
Our Joker friend's all in, and Monique called. I have to get out of this hand.
Yep, not worth it to try to continue our investment.
Ooh, we actually would have hit the straight. So if we were results oriented, that we should have called, but that's not the right way to think about poker.
We kind of had played that hand for free too, so it's not really a big deal for us.
I think I'm going to raise a little bit, just because we have a good hand.
A reasonable hand, yeah.
Let's try to get some people out of the pot. Okay. Oh, that's no good.
Well, that's an obvious check.
Yep.
Not really in our position to try to bluff people out even.
If we get another checks around,
maybe, but he's going to be the one to raise first. Omar's going to be trying to push us out.
Ooh.
He did not. He chose not to push us out.
So do you think we bet a little bit to try to scare him? Let's do half pot.
Sure, but it would indicate that we have the. It would indicate that we have the 8 here. He's going to think about it for a while, and he's going to call.
Yeah.
Because I think that he's probably paired up a small one, probably a 4. And that's still going to beat us. Well, he had the 8 actually instead, which still beats us. So it was not quite that bet was not correct for us.
Yeah. Makes sense. Ace 8, decent enough hand. I like to call whenever I have an ace and a decent card.
Well, to be fair, I think that's more prevalent when you have a smaller number of people at the table because the ace is more likely to be a breaker. So at this point, we only have 6 people. I'm sorry, we're at 6 people, which is too many. I don't think that was the... right.
Makes sense.
For that reason.
Okay. Where do we go in here? I'd say, once again, we have a decent number of players. We would need to draw a bunch of cards that would help us. It's just not worth it. And we're short stacked, so almost have the straight. Could have had a straight potential. Looks like we're bothering Yambos a little bit.
Yeah, I saw he was indicating that we should be going full pot for one of the calls. That I think we also said we were about to hit full pot, and then we hit the raise for it. So that didn't work out as we expected or wanted anyway.
Okay, suited connectors. I'm going to call this one. Got a decent hand, but again, not a good hand right now.
The spiral of the table is probably going to eliminate us soon. This turns out to be nice. We end up getting top pair with bad straight potential, but I think we should actually bet here. Bet min bet.
Sure. Okay, heads up.
And we have one of the things needed for the straight out.
I'm going to... I'll just check here, see if he raises us. No.
Oh, we hit it.
Okay, I'm all in at this point. Let's see. 10 doesn't have it. Oh, we
chopped.
We chopped. That's fine. I'm more than happy with that. I'm still in the tournament, so.
He wouldn't have called if he didn't have that. I don't think he would have bluffed on a call to call it.
We'll check because we're blinded in. Got mid pair. We're going to check again. Once again, Omar's playing very tight. So.
It certainly helped him get to this point in the game, so we have to be cautious when we play against him here.
Yeah, I'm going to try to buy the pot here. Seems like no one...
I don't think that's going to buy the pot.
Yeah.
Okay. You did.
It seems like Omar only really bets when he has a hand. He's checking around, so same with Jasmine. No, I'm not in that.
Nope. Pot spiraling a little bit here.
Oh, we've got another player all in. Ooh, stole some chips from Omar.
Yeah, another easy fold here as we try to progress. What is our... I wonder what hand we're going to be trying to go back in here on to try to reclaim some of our position.
Once again, we're actually right in the middle. Sylvia and her Joker friend Raymond both have it's the same hand again. I feel like gotten the same hand in a row a few times.
Well, it's been pretty good because we've been getting those at the places where we don't have the right position to be able to call more optimally anyway. So it's working out fine.
Okay, so the top 3 players at the table cash out. So that's really my goal right now, is just to make a little bit of money back. King 9 off. It's okay. I'm going to call here. And hopefully... Okay, three-way.
Well, that worked out.
Okay with that. So do you think we check here to try to bluff him, or do you think we just go in?
I think that we checked in order to represent that we have a poorer position. And Omar we'll have to see what Omar does, because he's going in with 600, so he's probably got queen. This is our big opportunity. I think we hit the all-in button at this point.
Let's see. He
has fours. We end up with a full house, so we have now successfully reclaimed our position, and we're top stack.
Top stack, so we can start bullying players out a little bit.
So we should talk about this a little bit. We made the position to actually going and check when we had a strong position at the board. When do you like to bluff out, indicating that we have a weaker hand?
Whenever I've learned a little bit about players. I'm going to continue checking. Who knows who they have?
Sure.
Whenever I figure out players, so like Omar over here, we know he'll only go in. I don't think this is worth it.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. We know Omar here is a very tight player, and when we've seen him check, that almost always will mean he has a bad hand. So even when we have a bad hand, I would go in against him if I think he has a worse hand. If I think he thinks he's a bad hand, even if we have an actual worse hand. If that makes sense. 250. We're already small blinded in. Everyone else folded. I'm actually going to go in on this.
Because of the fact that the pot odds are worthwhile for us. 250 at this point is not a lot of extra money.
Ooh. Do you think we go in? Because she's small blind, she has less hands. She has more hands that we...
I think that we fold. I think we give it to her because it's likely that, while it is possible that she's going all in with a worse hand, I don't think that our hand's strong enough to be able to take it, and we have no control at that point. Once from that position onwards, and we invested in 500 chips in there to be able to see that she had that. But I think it was the right call for us to do to exit that hand.
Ooh, I just got the full house.
He did that with not any knowledge either. I think that was all pre-flop raises. Yeah.
Okay, so how many times have we gotten Queen Deuce off so far? I feel like it's four times.
4.
That might be the 4th best hand behind Pocket Kings.
When I've placed in, I've come close to placing money in cash tournaments before. Queen 7 was one of the awkward ones I would get at the final table, in which I would actually end up winning just because I would hit some ridiculous full house that comes from it, like the queens would drop on the table. Kind of that lucky hand, and I've learned to not try to go in with that hand at those stakes, because every once in a while, as we noticed, it would work, but it's not very often it's going to.
Okay, so Sylvia just busted out. We're top 3 now, meaning we are able to cash out. I don't think that's even pot odds. Ooh, okay. Do you think we call here?
Yes, I think we do. This was a tough one overall, but we're now at the point where we're saying a little bit earlier. Ace tends to win out more often, when we're at down only 3 players at the table.
Oh,
no! Omar managed to get us out by hitting us on the flop. The turn.
Nice hand.
Oh, that was good.
Paired up is 4, went all in, and then paired up is 7 as well.
So we end up making back our investment in a little bit extra change with a 3rd place finish. And I think that we, at that last position where we ended up losing, I still think we made the right call.
Oh, absolutely. Poker is a game of luck. You can't judge your decisions based on the results. You have to judge them based on what you knew at the time. We knew we had a good hand, and I think it was still the right play.
Well, making the right plays helped us be able to get where we at least won some chips here. So
I want to watch to see if Omar wins this. Maybe not. Okay. Let's head out. And I actually want to play an event.
okay.
We got a pop-up for it also. This is really cool. So you actually worked on Mega Fast Cash, right?
I have. It's an event that I take some pride in because my team was the one who produced this and our sit and go duels. The Mega Fast Cash is as an opportunity for you if you play a lot of Hold'em games to play larger stakes and potentially get rewarded for it. Up to 5 billion chips. It's quite a few chips there. 3rd place even gets 1 billion.
That's awesome.
If you can prove that you are are capable of over the course of 9 days reaping the most rewards at a Hold'em table, you can get paid out big.
So you can see I have 45 million. I would love 1 billion chips. So let's play Fast Cash.
All right.
I'm going to turn on auto top off. It's actually or auto rebuy. Let's say.
Yeah.
It's actually a feature I worked on where if we bust out, we don't have to leave the table. We just pop our chips right back to max. So we can play plenty without losing any time. So got some pretty rich fellows here. I'm actually going to change my trophy real quick. I got a bracelet from one of the past events, and I'm very proud of this.
Wearing that on your side. Looks good against your blue background there.
Absolutely.
What was that picture from, as a side note?
It was from a esports event, actually, from last year.
Oh.
Okay, so let's see what we get. So cash games are a little bit different than tournaments. You get to... Well, first off, we all sit down with different chip stacks, so it's a little bit of imbalance, but at the same time, it adds, for me at least, it adds more value. Like, this is my money, this isn't tournament money.
I prefer the tournament money for the buyouts because I feel like I'm more. It's going to be weighted for skill over the course of a duration, whereas people pop in and out with their chip stacks and hold them. Whereas I could be paid out more if for sticking around and playing well at a hold'em table. It's the tournament I feel is more satisfying. Speaking of that, by the way, we have the hand strength meter up.
Oh,
do we need that?
Maybe not. So hand strength meter, it'll tell you how good your hand is. I have a pretty good idea that pocket king or pairing up our king's pretty good. We've got a flush draw here, so we'll see what happens. I'm pretty confident with our hand. I'm going to bet a little bit less than half pot.
Okay, I think that's acceptable.
Let's see what Slick Nick does. So again, at cash games, you come in with some amount of your wallet. Looks like Slick Nick came in with a very low amount, so that puts him at a little bit of a disadvantage just coming into it. Once again, people are calling around.
Here's a tip for the audience, by the way. Did you know that when you have the hand strength meter enabled, you are raked a small amount of chips for using it? So if you feel that you are actually fairly confident with your ability to do pot odds, you don't necessarily need it, and you can just tap it and turn it off.
You tap it here. You can show. Tells me not a good hand. We kind of already know that. We have a high card here. Going to turn it off again. Oops.
It can be a useful metric to help you if you are just generally saying, quickly, what are my overall odds? What does my hand look like? Gives you an estimate of where you stand compared to other potential hands that are out there.
Okay. Well, we have absolutely nothing. I'm going to fold this.
Yeah.
There's no way we're winning.
Nope, not happening.
Looks like
King high.
No one else has a hand either.
This guy's considering calling.
Come on, Slick Nick. Yeah, there we go. Let's see what they have.
This is fantastic. We get to, for free, get some information about the people at the table.
Pocket pairs threes. Low pair. So I don't know what Slick Nick had. He probably just wanted to call that because it was a min bet.
Yeah, why do you think that... Okay, so maybe he just wanted to buy in information. That's pretty reasonable.
Maybe
I guess.
maybe at an ace high, we made the same assumption that no one else has a hand. Who knows? I'm going to call this. We have suited king. Oh, 1 million. No, too much. I am not that rich. Hey, Edio Gatto, if I'm saying your name right. We actually do have. You can collect trophies over here. It's in. If you click your little gift, you earn trophies by playing in leagues or events, and sometimes if you play in like cool tournaments, we'll give you a trophy for that.
When you say leagues, how do I play in leagues, Zach?
How do you play in leagues? So you compete in league seasons, which I believe are 9 weeks, 8 weeks.
It's 8 weeks,
8 weeks.
With a buffer
With a buffer.
buffer week.
And just by playing games, you play in a league, and eventually the better you do, the higher. We're in the 9th week where there's no league this week, but the better you do, you earn points, and as you earn points, you'll eventually get some pretty cool rewards. You get chips, XP, and trophies. So most people are already playing leagues, even if they don't know it. And if you are and you want a cool trophy, like I think this is a league's trophy. If you want this, or trophies like this, just keep playing. I really like cash games for leagues. So I think you earn the most points playing cash games.
There's also rankings involved with them. So if you are playing in your leagues, you could be you're awarded a tier based on how strong of a performer you are by playing in more games. They go from bronze, I believe, up through master. And in order for you to be able to advance in leagues, you have to place amongst your group of 100 players in the top 20 or 30 players, depending on what tier you're currently in. That is calculated on a weekly basis.
Okay, so everyone's min betting at the table right now. Looks like someone probably has a flush, but they're not making huge bets as a result of it. See what happens here. Slick Nick has played on a lot of hands so far.
He seems to be calling when he doesn't necessarily have a lot, so I'm wondering if he's really buying information or just seeing how it rides out.
Well, no one had a flush, so that explains the min bets. But Nick had a trips, which is a fairly good hand. Let's see. Oh, and he tipped the dealer. How nice of him.
We thank you for your chip contributions.
So we almost have a straight here. Do you think?
Look at this. We can just limp in here. I actually don't think we should bet. Reason being, you don't necessarily want to chase with a large bet, especially when you don't have enough information about what else is on the board. We're in a reasonable position in which two people have checked, but they could be doing check re-raises, and that person hadn't bet yet on the left. So while it's tempting to be able to call there, I would recommend against it until you have more information. If you're limping, if you're chasing, and you could have just a potentially really, really bad hand at the end of it after you've invested a lot of chips into your hand. You've just sunk your chips. So don't do that.
So everyone's been min betting. I think it's been worth it to keep going in, chasing for an ace or a.
Well, it's free for us practically. Do we even have to bet on the flop? I missed that.
We had to min call.
Min bet?
Yeah,
that was worth it for the pot odds. Looking at the fact that we had 8 outs, so about 16% chance at over, I want to say about 12 times our bet. Definitely worth it to bet there.
Cool. So.
Or call it anyway. For bets when we could push people out with our potential draw, but like I said before, it's too risky without having more information.
I'll just check here. Once again, ace 8 off. Good hand, but not great. And we paired up our ace. So once again, here's the question. Do we check and hope someone raises, or just bite the bull and make the raise?
I think we make a min bet raise here.
There we go.
Fantastic. That's kind of what I wanted to do there. Min bet raise because we have a reasonable hand going into this. We want to get some more information from other people before making other investments. This forces people to at least make a small action. And if they're if they have a king pair in this case, or something lower, then we stand to win. We have 2 pair at this point.
2 pair. Now I think we go a little bit higher than min bet.
I agree.
Let's do half pot.
Half pot it is. I would argue at this point for full pot, considering that we have one of the better hands. What does this person have, do you think?
Well, that's mostly a call. He just had a little bit more than what we bet. So
So he raised, or Menji raised.
we raised. Menji raised a little bit,
Yep.
which was effectively all in. I'm going to try to push Luigi out of this. That was half pot. Yeah,
Yep,
push him out.
he got pushed out.
Yeah,
He had pair sevens, which was an interesting call on his part.
yeah. I guess when you're short stack, you tend to call weaker hands. But he was at the time he was the low pair, and after he saw us half pot raise, I don't think that was worth it.
You think he was playing with his full wallet, so he couldn't auto top off?
I don't think so. And you see, he's not sitting back down, so I'm going to call this again. Hope to pair up our aces.
Oh, well, that worked.
Yeah.
Paired up the ace.
So same thing.
I think we do the same strategy. This is going to be for people who are paying attention at the table. It does change our table image for what types of hands we like to be able to bet. You could throw something. You could throw a wrench in the work and bet a little bit higher.
Min bet again, I guess. I'm bad at this bet slider. I'll tell you.
Well, it used to be worse. I kind of like the improvement we've made for being able to select the more common bets as your base.
So I don't see that many potential good hands, so I'm going to half bet here and hope to take the pot.
This is a little bit of a plug for Will. Will was one of the people who worked on that bet slider, the new one that we have.
So once again, I think we just had the best hand. People folded around, so we're doing pretty well here. Let's see. We're all in, or they're all in. It's just a min raise essentially. Third ace in a row. I think we're doing pretty well.
It's been pretty good for our odds here.
So we've min bet whenever we pair up our ace previously. So let's try to make them think we don't have it.
Careful here, by the way.
Oh yeah,
because you can see there's a queen on potential straight draw on the board. No one's telegraphed it except this guy is kind of pushing for 1.3 mil. So
I don't think that's worth it. And he had the queen. Ooh,
he did have the queen. It's interesting that they chose to bet on the river. They chose to both represent that they had a worse hand that they did in order to try to bet better in the final chop or at the final river, their final opportunity to bet.
My guess is they weren't trying to telegraph the queen, and as a result, they waited until just after the straight potential came out.
Do you think that they had missed out on opportunities there? Do you think that they should have pushed a little bit earlier, or do you think they would have done a re-raise war and eventually gone all in and chopped anyway?
You know, that's entirely possible. I guess if that were me, I would have made a very small bet just to try to get some more money in the pot, and we hit our straight. So, let's do a little bit of a re-raise, not too much. Let's see if Slick Nick calls us. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
I think we push them all in. What do you think?
Yes, because they've already made an investment here and indicate they want to go into the hand, and now they have to make a decision here. We could have potentially just. Oh, okay. So he ended up.
Oh no! He had the better straight.
Oh wow! Wow! We got played.
Well played, Slick Nick. Now we're below our initial investment. That's no good. Oh, he tipped the dealer. I'm gonna send him a donkey for that.
You know, I think that that's just indicating that normally he'd be bluffing. In this case, he's kind of represented that he actually had what he needed there. I'm not sure if we should send him a more appropriate gift.
Okay, so we hit our flush. We're going to make a small bet. We'll do min bet. Sent me a beer in response.
Cheers.
Can you say cheers? Yep. Cheers. Now I'm going to full pot bet. We've got the flush.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, we're good. Let's see what he does. Yeah, he gives us the pot. Okay. So we paired up our queen. We're top pair. Let's make a min bet. Okay. Oh, I didn't notice. So something I don't think we've done yet. Hee-haw. That's funny. Zadonk. Something we haven't done yet is claim our bonus XP for the day. So I should have done that. I don't want to bet into this flush. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't just that. Like the flush was one opportunity, but it turns out like we needed to dodge that 2 pair as well. We just didn't overall have a strong hand either way.
I'm gonna fold out here. Okay, I've got about 20 minutes. Do you want to play another tournament?
Let's see. How do you think we're doing against that fast cash target?
Not very well. I think we came in with 16 million, and we're 300,000 less than that. So I don't think we're doing pretty well.
We were doing a little bit. We were doing okay. We just had that bad beat to the straight a little bit earlier.
Yeah, he had the higher straight.
Yep.
Okay,
I think we should play like 1 or 2 more hands, and then we can go in for our tournament. We should be able to finish in time. Well, there's that ace.
I think a few times in a row now we've had an ace and a low card, and we've hit our ace.
Essentially, we have a straight draw, but it's just really low odds.
So people are folding out on the min bet. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to small bet him again. Let's see what he does.
He'll probably call that. If he's in it, I think I'm not sure that was the right move. I think we should have just gone full pot there to potentially scare him out a little bit more, because I think if he's going in right now, he has a better hand than us. I think we check it through this. I don't think we want to throw more money on this, because I have a feeling he has like
got
okay,
him.
We did get him. Okay, now we're above our chip threshold. Let's get out of here.
Hold on, I want to see if we're big blinded in. I don't want to lose.
Okay, that's
don't want to lose a big blind.
I was actually hoping to be able to exit before the big blind.
That's fine. Yeah. I don't think we call this.
Nope. I think we get out now.
Yeah. Let's play another shootout. I guess one thing we can do is, looks like I have some chip gifts. You sent me one actually.
Yeah.
Grab all my chip gifts from my friends. Thank you all for sending me chips. You can anyone who's watching can send their friends chips as well. It's free chips. Spin lucky bonus also. Free chips are always nice.
Well, you didn't even get to see how many you won.
And I enjoy just the fact that it's free. How much isn't that important? Let's play another Zynga. Okay. We'll send everyone beers. Start the game off friendly. Isaac didn't get
Before
one.
you crush their souls.
Yeah. Which trophy should we put on? I really like this Samurai trophy.
Yeah, that one was pretty nice. That was from Sit and Go, I think from a couple months ago, the Sit and Go duel event.
So something cool about this trophy, I'm going to call this, is that it's non-replaceable. So anyone who tries to send me a donkey, for example, they can't. They get blocked. So I'll always have this trophy until I decide to change it.
You are in control of your gifts. That just means that people can't send you tissues to let you know that you're a crybaby.
Aw. I think I already know that.
Yeah.
We have nothing. Everyone's in this hand. I don't think betting is a good idea right now.
Once again, no bingo play, no all-ins from here.
I think we're at a million chip buy-in, so people don't like to go all in as much as at low stakes. I'm out of this. See, how many people do you think are going to call that? It's half pot bet.
I'm going to wager 4. Let's see if people get more than that. Or are willing to put down more than that.
Four
Nope,
exact.
4. I got it.
Okay, so I would imagine at least someone has paired up their queen. Someone's looking for a straight draw. What else do you think people have?
I don't know. Maybe our chat maybe indicates we need to send people more donkeys when they get lucky.
We'll send whoever the winner of this hand is a donkey. How does that sound?
Establish a table presence of being that jerk.
You know, we haven't really done anything to prove ourselves as like a loose or tight player yet. So maybe sending a donkey will send a message.
Well, what we've done so far is we've indicated we're loose players by going and buying beers for the table.
Ooh, we got the full house. That's definitely worth a donkey. Terrible hand to be blinded into.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if we can limp in. If we can limp in, maybe we may end up paying out, but, you know, at this point, it's just pretty much free. Got great position with a weak hand.
Check. Yeah, we have nothing. Potential straight, I guess, but it's not worth putting any money on. From the chat, how do I collect rewards? tons of ways. You can play in leagues over here, which I believe we've already talked about a little bit. You can play in events. If you want that 4 billion chip reward, sounds pretty awesome.
If you end up winning the Fast Cash event, we send out messaging for people to be informed that they have won with a way to letting them know that their accounts have already been adjusted with the chips.
I'm pretty sure you would notice if you get 4 billion chips in your account randomly.
Yeah, it seems pretty large.
When will they get the reward? I assume that's from events or from Fast Cash.
It happens about 2 days after the event ends, which is events typically start up on Tuesdays at noon Pacific Standard, and the events end on the Sunday at midnight, I believe. So Sunday at midnight or Sunday at noon. So by around Tuesday, the winners get their chips.
Let's see. So Dennis actually had a trips that last hand, which was very good. Let's see. Do you think we go in on this? 3 people are in. I think probably not, right?
I think that we do not go in. It's a little bit too early, and there's too many players who can beat our ace hand.
Let's see. I'm surprised all 9 players are still at the table right now.
Well, again, there hasn't been any bingo play yet. No one's felt like they needed to go all in yet to try to establish their position. We've had small wins from here and there. Let's see, what's this guy's name?
Dennis.
Dennis here has managed to capitalize on that a little bit. And the guy who managed to get the full house is a 1500 himself, Jamie. Yeah.
Okay, suited connectors here. Looks like people are going to call around, maybe not. I'm going to call this just to see what we got.
Sure.
I feel like this is a hand that there are plenty of good draws for.
It's still a relatively weak hand, so we shouldn't be placing too much investment on it at this point. 240 bet. I think any bet over 60 with 2 callers. Let's see, it's 360, and we have at this point there's 4 cards that give us an out because the jack is our requirement to win. I guess you could also say 9s and 10s are okay. So 12. You can limp in because the pot odds are saying with about 12 outs, then you're looking at around 24% chance you'll hit something. But we now no longer have a flush potential.
Yeah,
and
we just need the jack or maybe a pair.
So at this point, the number of outs that we have has been reduced. What I was thinking before though was the 24% odds with a bet of I think it was 80 or more as 20%. We'd go in on that. Anything higher than that is a problem. Now we have a pair.
So no one did anything, so I'm going to min bet just to send a message. Do you think we go higher? Do you think we check in? We've got second highest pair on the board.
Suppose someone goes and does a full pot at this point. What do we do?
I think we fold out then.
I think we fold at that point too.
Ooh.
Now that right there is slightly under a half pot. This person also called that lower than half pot. So 720, 760 with. I'm going
to go in. I think that was the wrong play.
I think that was the wrong play.
But
I think
running out of time.
Too much. Yeah.
We hit it.
Well, we chopped. So it ends up working out a little bit, but I think that was pretty risky. I don't think that we had the odds to be able to win that one because there are a couple of other potential hits that could have been made. There was a higher pair on the board. We could have easily lost that. I think there was that's possible. No, there was no straight draw on the board.
No.
So someone else could hit 2 pair, but no one was betting like they had 2 pairs. So it was most likely we were going to lose to higher pair.
Yeah, we got fairly lucky there. I think I really like playing at slower tables. It gives me a little bit more time to think, but it's probably less entertaining to watch.
To be fair, we're also talking about some things that players should keep in mind when they're making bets like this too. So full thought process is good disclosure. Of course, I think you and I disagree a little bit. I think that I'm a little bit more of a conservative player with you than you. So I think that I will tend to fold on those bets unless I feel like I'm in a position where a bluff is appropriate. But like that one time that we did fairly well, I think in our sit and go tournament the last time, that ended up playing really well for us. But you have to be very selective on when those things are going to pop up.
Let's see, Zoran over here won with a higher flush. That's definitely tough beats.
Thankfully, we weren't in on that.
Yeah. I think we've gotten this hand also a bunch. I think...
Play enough hands, you'll get a lot of the same hands.
Absolutely. I see from the chat someone's from Summerlin. That's actually where I'm from as well. It's a beautiful city. I guess it's a suburb, not a city. Oh no, we should have called. Being results oriented here.
Don't do it. Although, like,
this was a hand that we
too-
could have gone in on.
Yes. That ace is there. If we could limp in on and not really have too much of a problem. I think it was
was
raised.
120.
It was 120. So I think we made the right call.
Yeah.
I think we did not need to go in
And if
that.
someone had a jack, we would have been in trouble.
Someone could very well have that. Although no one's betting like they have the jacks yet. And this is the
min bet.
last opportunity to have it.
There
I
we
wonder
go.
if this person has that jack.
Keith. I bet Keith has a jack. Keith or Bobby.
I'm thinking
Or Boboy.
probably Keith because. Oh, he has the queen. for
Oh,
the
I didn't see the
flush.
flush. I'm glad we didn't go in on that then.
Oh,
Speaking of
ladies.
So I think here, depending on who checks around, I'm going to raise it. Min raise, you think?
No, I want to go for make it so it's 4 times the bet there.
Okay.
Because we have 6 players that are in here. We want to make it so that about a quarter of the players find it interesting enough to go in, which is about basically 2 players. We ended up with 3 or 4. This person's all in. I think that
was a really low bet.
I think that was a low bet. We had top pair and now we no longer do.
Now we don't.
So now I think we check to this other guy because he could end up having a couple 2 pair at this point based on the way he was betting.
He checked, which is interesting. Do you think we try to push him out?
Push.
We're going to go half. That's
No,
high.
no, no,
Oops.
no.
That half
I
pot's
would
too
rather
high.
have the-
Min
yeah.
bet's too low.
Yeah.
I feel like once
All
again.
in was way too high.
No,
He
the
had
king.
the king.
So we took the side pot, which is fine.
Yeah.
We could have bet more to get Ayub out, but once again ran out of time. Very bad at playing fast tables. Just checking the chat real quick.
Yeah, I'm amused by that one. Why is tonight 2 billion pots hand read? And I'm guessing on Twitch. I'm not really sure what the context for why is his hand red, or why his name is red.
Yeah, I mean, Twitch will randomly select the color of your name whenever you join. So if he leaves and come back, he may be purple next time. Who knows? Let's see. I bet someone has a queen here. Ooh, Keith might have it.
For a time check for us, we have 6 minutes left in the stream, so maybe you were right. Maybe we weren't going to be able to play another tournament in time.
Yeah. I guess when we run out of time, I'm down to just go all in on whatever we have.
I think that's going to be appropriate. I've got some things I need to do to make sure our next big event is going to go live at the right time.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, it is. We got some cool stuff that's going to be coming up in the next few weeks. So definitely stay tuned. Wow, that guy's full house is pretty strong there.
Okay.
He had a better betting position than he was letting on there. I guess he didn't. I don't think he leveraged his hand well enough to be able to get more chips. But I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't talk because he is currently top on the table.
There are those queens again.
Are those the same 2 ladies we had in our hand a couple hands ago?
Possibly. I didn't pay attention to their suits. I'm going to check here. Too many people at the table to try to buff people out. Okay.
I don't think that's worth the call. I don't think we have there's too few potential ways for us to be able to win this hand to go in on that. The pot odds are, I think it's, let's see, grand total would be 560 with about 4 outs for about a 4% chance.
Well, looking at it a different way, there were 5 people in at the time. One of those 5 people, if they had a queen, they would have called. So we would have need to hit 2 aces or 2 4s to even have a shot.
You mean raised, right? They would have raised.
They would have called the min raise if they were trying to show that they had a weak hand.
Okay. You're talking about the people who had folded there. Okay,
Yes.
because there were people who were in on the hand still. There were still 3 people in at the time after bets.
Okay. Call this. It's not a great hand, but we've got the flush potential, and Jack's decent enough. We have nothing. We have low pair.
It's something, but no, it's not worth. It's not worth us pushing on that for.
So what's nice down here is if we make our decision beforehand, if we want to check or fold to someone bets, we can make that decision already. I bet someone has the straight here. There's no way we're winning this hand.
With that tip, just be careful about if you were going to be if you have a potential to change your mind. It might not necessarily end up working out for you because hitting that thing could mean you could potentially hit the raise button when you're trying to just call.
So do you think we bluff the 6 here?
Sure, because we're running out of time.
Yep. Okay, so if someone has a 6, they beat us. Otherwise, we chop. And we got a few people out, so let's see what happens.
I think one of them has a 6. Yep.
Aw.
Yep.
That's okay.
It would have been better if he had a 6-7.
There's so many people in that hand. There's a pretty good shot that someone had a 6.
If we didn't, if we weren't running short on time, I probably would have just checked that hand.
No, absolutely. Who knows? They might have checked as well.
Nah.
Yeah. If mid pair. I don't think this is worth it even.
Yeah, you should fold that. And the reason being, okay, so we have the second pair down. We don't really we had the potential for a straight draw, but once again, like the things we needed were 6. Assuming a player has a 7, we need a 6 or we need a 4 or 5. So there's 12 potential. 11. No, 10 potential cards that we could hit there out of the 52. So we have about 20% chance. The 80 call puts us at 560. So with the 80 percentage of that, actually, I guess it would have been okay for us to call there, but I wasn't confident that we were going to be able to hit it. So in that case, I advised us to make the wrong decision because I didn't quite do the math correct. I thought the pot odds were worse than they were.
You know, that's something that's cool about poker is it's a game of math. If you want to play that route, you could use intuition more like I did, or some combination.
I think it's a combination. The first level is knowing the math, and once you have the ability to calculate the numbers fairly quickly, then after that, it's about other people, assuming other people have that math and knowing what their moves mean for the math. So it's math first, intuition second.
Okay, so I'm going to call this. Again, we're running low on time. I'm going to play super loose now. I would still probably call it even if I weren't playing
all
very
in.
loose.
All in.
Okay, here's our agreement. We'll go all in the second hand after this.
Okay.
Whatever it is, unless we go all in the next
2-6 off.
2-6 off. I would go all in on that hand. Absolutely. It's the second best hand in poker.
I'm not sure if we've mentioned this on the stream, but the inside joke there is that we play poker in-house here too, and we have a house rule: if someone wins with 2-6 off, then they owe the person who won gets garlic fries and beer.
I'm throwing money at this table. This isn't the hand I want to go all in on. I should have folded a while ago, actually. I bet he has the... Oh, wow. Yeah.
Even better.
I was going to say I bet he has an ace, but it's better than an ace.
It almost feels like we're conceding at this point. All right, you said we're 9-jack. We're all in no matter what. So.
Next hand. I think this hand isn't worth going all in on. We'll go all in next hand, whatever
You said anything.
I said
anything.
The second hand after this.
Yeah. All right, fine.
Okay. One more. Once again, we could have gotten a jack paired up. Might have been a good hand, but we'll go all in on next hand, whatever it is.
Should have gone all in this one.
We'll see. Oh.
Nope.
Again.
We should have. Oh, wait, I missed he had the 2 pair.
Yep. No,
sorry, I was looking at the 10-7.
Okay.
And what do we got here? Oh, all right, go for it.
That's a pretty good hand. Let's
Push
see.
it.
All in.
Womp womp. Okay, there we go. Oh no!
Yep, that's okay.
I mean that's good, but
once again, we're out of time. Thanks everyone for watching. I think I'm gonna continue playing this tournament off stream.
Okay.
So,
Thank you guys for joining us. Hope our tips and tricks are useful for you today. Enjoy next time. We'll be streaming again on Tuesday.